As the CEO of Westminster Canterbury on Chesapeake Bay, I have had the privilege of getting to know Emily over the past 5 years. I have also worked with Emily in her capacity as Vice President of our Residents Association. She is truly a force of nature. You want her on your team. When she gets involved in a program or supports a cause, she does it 100%. I've seen it firsthand in her role as a Westminster Canterbury community leader, and I know from others how successfully she launched and led Lee's Friends, a nonprofit that was created in memory of her daughter to serve the needs of cancer patients and their families. And that is just one of many nonprofits and community organizations that Emily has given her time and talents to. We are fortunate that she lives at Westminster Canterbury, because she is a loyal friend to many and a leader to all. And I have the great honor to call her my friend. Emily, enjoy this evening. Your love of the arts and all that you've done throughout the years for your community makes you the perfect inspiration for a song. I know you inspire me every day. Please enjoy this song, written by Will Overman and inspired by Emily Filer.
Hi, Will. It's so great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too, Emily. Well, Emily, I've been reading about you for a couple weeks now, and my wife has had cancer twice, so reading your story hit me really, really hard.
I read about you as well, and I'm so happy she's doing well.
She's doing really well, thank goodness. And from what it sounds like from all the articles I've read, one of the biggest parts of your life is founding Lee's Friends. And I read the story of its beginnings, and I can't imagine going through all of that with your daughter.
Lee was away at school, and she had had a fall in the summer, and then she just got sicker and sicker. And the doctors came into the room and said, Lee has stage 4 Hodgkin's disease. By the time she was diagnosed, she had it in her lungs and in her bones. So she was 16 when she died.
So you said the greatest reward is a good death. Could you just explain what that means to you?
So a good death is the person knows they're going to die, and they have a somewhat painless journey and surrounded by people that they love. Lee was not in pain, and she was surrounded by love. She had people that were up putting a bird bath and roses and flowers growing on the ledge outside her window the weekend before she died. I mean, she was just simply surrounded by people who loved her. That's what the volunteers try to bring to patients that they help through Lee's Friends, a project of our church, but it obviously grew into a much larger community project.
How did going through something so unfair as losing your daughter, how was your relationship with religion and spirituality afterwards?
My faith is what took me through all of this. I mean, I always knew that regardless of what happened, I had somebody right there at my elbow. There's no question that my faith is very, very deep.
The aspect of coping with something as heavy as cancer and is even heavier with death, how do you help people cope?
Kubler-Ross made the comment that you go from this garden to the next garden. And I really, really like that image. And Lee went from this garden to the next garden.
I love that. Well, Emily, thank you so much. It's truly been a pleasure getting to know you, and thank you for letting me ask all these questions of you.
Well, Will, you've been great. I'm so excited to be talking to you, and give your wife a big hug for me.
I will, and I plan to write the best song I possibly can for you.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks, Emily.
into the world and out of myself. My baby girl, you are something else. You told me you screamed. You tried to make Dad leave. And when you brought me back home, I wouldn't let go. Springtime in Baltimore when I first met you, I remember every time the crocus bloom. My universe felt whole at last, beautifully unrehearsed. Your seasons came so fast, and I wish you saw me age before my leaves lost color. Though we didn't make every stage, through it all you were a wonderful mother. Springtime in Baltimore when I first met you, I remember every time the crocus bloom. Nobody's leaving, we're only moving on. 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 Looking down on you, mother, surrounded by so many you have lost. Life goes round in circles. What dies is never really gone. Springtime in Baltimore when I first met you, I remember every time, and I remember every time, 'cause I am with you every time the crocus bloom.